She texted me.
I don't know if it's a new one.
She's still
now.
texting.
Oh, it's live?
It's live.
All right, we're live, everybody. It is GloucesterCast 436. We have one podcast version with us today. That's Mr. James Turner from Turner Seafoods. Big round of applause. And he brought stuff. I'm going to go. This is what he brought. Box of fish and chips.
And it smells so good. I wish y'all could smell it.
Amazing. But wait, don't drop it. Oh, yeah. Good shot right there, Chris. That's awesome. But before we go any further, I'm going to introduce everybody else. Chris McCarthy on the left, fresh off of the poker run.
Good morning, Joe.
Circumnavigation.
Happy birthday.
You look a little rough this morning. The struggle is real.
The poison is real.
The struggle is real. We have Connor McCarthy with us.
I had a shit hand yesterday. Good morning, Gloucester.
James Turner is with us. First podcast. We're going to ask you. We have two questions for you right when we finish the introductions. We have Michael Coder.
Good morning, everyone.
Also on the poker run.
Yeah.
We have James Dalpiaz.
James Dalpiaz.
And we
With
have,
his GMG shirt.
with his GMG shirt. And we
Look
have
at that. He knew what he was doing
and we
today.
have Pat Dalpiaz on the comment section over
Good
there.
morning.
All right. For our podcast version, we have two questions.
Yeah.
You have to assume you're on death row. You know what death row is, right?
You know what death row is.
And then this is your last day, and the warden comes to you and says, I'm going to get you your death row sub or death row and death row meal. So the death row sub is what sub would you order from what place? And death row meal, what is your last, would you be, what restaurant and what meal would you get as your last meal?
For the meal, I think I'd have to go with. I actually had it last night. The Adriatic down in Salem. They do.
Adriatic. Oh, nice.
At your place?
It's not at our place. It's a little Mediterranean
So the
restaurant down the
Adriatic.
street.
Adriatic.
Yeah, the Adriatic restaurant.
Oh, and what was the meal?
Pasta and meatballs.
Really?
Red sauce. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
That's a good
They
restaurant.
home make their pasta. They do a good job.
Yeah.
All right. And your sub?
And
Death
the
row
sub, I think I actually have to also go with the meatball sub my grandmother makes.
Nice,
Oh.
very nice. Props for grandma.
Nice.
All right, I gotta take care of something downstairs.
Okay.
Why don't you guys get into it? Chris, hold it up to the camera. You guys get into and as soon as I get back, we're going to talk about how the offerings here.
Yeah. So again, Turner Seafood. We got the
Located in Salem,
fried haddock.
in
Yeah, with the
Melrose,
location.
in Gloucester.
Yeah, they just
James,
do
what are the different locations?
So they got
Turner
Turner Seafood in Melrose. That's the oldest one. That's a full service restaurant. The second restaurant's in Salem, and then Gloucester is where they do like all of their fish processing. So they cut, they fillet, they bone the salmon, they scale all of the bass they get, and they also have a little fresh market that they do. We just started doing the fish and chips out of.
Nice. And this is the only food item? Yeah?
Only hot food that we do is the
Okay.
fish and chips.
Yeah. Wow. That's great. So your family, I mean, this business goes way back, doesn't it?
Yeah, long time. It
Yeah.
goes back to my dad knows the story better than I do.
Yeah.
But it goes back to my great grandparents, and my grandfather took it over. They actually started with just the seafood processing. They used to send fish all over the country.
Right.
The reason they opened up the first restaurant was my grandfather really needed another good customer because business was slow for a little bit. So
Yeah.
my parents opened up the
Oh.
restaurant for him.
Oh, that's genius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of expanded. So now my dad's kind of taken over the fish plant, and it's a whole family affair. We got all the uncles, aunts, cousins, everybody's involved.
Nice.
Nice. How many employees?
Jesus, each restaurant has at least 100, depending on. It
Yeah.
kind of crazes with changes with COVID. But,
Yeah.
it's got to be around 300.
That's really
So
remarkable.
did you talk about all the different places?
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And-
3
and-
generations or 4?
My great grandparents,
Yeah.
my grandfather, my dad. I'd be the fourth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
I did business with his father.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, back when we handled fish. I mean, it was a
Mhm.
million years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. So how long have you guys been doing
Just started this summer.
this summer?
Yeah, right.
really?
Kind of right at the beginning of.
Doing what? Fish and chips.
And it's really, really good. Is it you have it available every day now?
Yeah, every day from like noon
Noon.
to 7, 6 on Sundays.
Recommended call ahead.
You can call ahead. Yeah, it'll
Yeah.
be ready when you get there.
Yeah, yeah.
I
It
love-
is awesome.
I love the packaging, and you may not even know this, but this is basically what we would consider this is a
5 pound.
5 pound whiting box. We would put whiting, headless
okay.
whiting,
Oh,
and we handled like 10 to 15, 20,000 pounds of whiting a day packed and sent to the freezer and for A&P seafood markets all over the country in these boxes. Sometimes we'd freeze them in just the white containers, and sometimes they'd put a wrapper on them, Captain Johnson's wrapper. Really cool to pay homage to the.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, these types of boxes back in the 70s, coming out of Gloucester from not just our place, like
oh,
other
okay, so
places,
it
bazillions of them. You know, like anyone that was in the.
brings back
Like
that
Brenda
memory for
Grimes, Brenda Grimes Davis, one of our contributors,
you.
one of our people
Regulars,
that follow
yeah.
regulars. She was on the line packing. Actually, I think she was a cutter, cutting the heads off.
It's 3,000 boxes, Joey.
It's a lot of boxes. It's a lot
Yeah,
of
that's
boxes.
a lot of boxes.
But did you want to do a roll
3,000
call, people?
boxes.
I don't know how to do that.
Oh,
to be
okay.
honest.
Thank
Okay.
God you never.
Let's try
had
that.
to
Let's
do
give. Are you gonna pass it around?
Yeah.
Let's get into it right now.
There you go. Yeah, grab it.
Mama. Oh,
and,
so
and they make their own
I'm good.
Tartar
I've had
sauce.
tartar
hundreds
sauce.
of them. Yeah.
Jimmy, help yourself and Pat, get some to Pat.
And they offer vinegar with it, which not everybody does, and I love that
Small
option.
vinegar.
The vinegar.
That brings talk about bringing childhood back.
So I went to Gloucester, England, in March, and fish and chips over there is huge. I see you spelled it with the E at the end,
Yeah.
like homage to over there. And I ate fish and chips, and it was this style. And not many places in our
Right.
area are doing that
Yeah.
type of breading.
It's tough to find, yeah.
Yeah.
They do it with the beer batter.
It's like it's a flaky.
batter?
Oh my
Is this
God.
gluten free?
Oh my
Is
God.
this little cow?
Do you have a cornmeal version of this, or just one?
One size fits all. We're
Oh my God, that's good.
This is
And I wish
amazing.
y'all could smell it.
Mm.
The taste, but it's
This
flaky.
often smells the best it's smelled in months.
Wow. Oh my God.
It's kind of sweet, but
I mean,
like a honey dip donut.
I didn't know you could have haddock for breakfast.
I didn't, yeah,
I
that
mean,
might be
well,
the earliest I ever, but
I called
it's
him
well
yesterday
worth.
on the poker, and I was like, James, what's the odds we can have some fish and chips? And he's like, 9 a.m. I was like, okay, let's do it.
Yeah, we appreciate you going in early
Yeah.
and firing, getting the.
Right, thank
It
you
must
for
take
that.
a while to
Yeah.
get the thing heated up.
Yeah, my dad turned it on for me.
Oh, God bless him.
So this is the first
Wow.
season you've have been selling these.
Yeah.
Has it been popular?
It's been pretty good, yeah. You know, they actually used to do a bunch of fried fish food a while ago, and then my mom wanted to close it down. So
Why
shut
do they
down.
call it the kettle? With fried seafood in the kettle. Why do they call it that? Do you know?
No, I don't know.
I think the kettle is
Yeah,
the
it's
kettles at the restaurant are like they run steam through them. Like the
Okay.
kettles when you go to the oyster bar, they have 3 kettles there. They do the fish and chips and fry later.
Okay.
So they don't cook the fish in the kettle.
They put
Fry
them
later.
right in the fry later. Yeah.
I can't. This is gonna be a problem for me.
Yeah,
we
I mean,
found a
yeah.
new.
This is seriously look at
And what do you charge for the fish and chips?
$12.99.
$12.99
With
for a
fries.
5-pound whiting box.
fries and what do you serve for sides if the people want? I mean, you get ketchup. Do you have a choice, or how does that
Yeah,
work?
you can get whatever sauces you want, and it usually comes with fries if some people ask for coleslaw. Just switch it out.
Like I did yesterday. Right?
So we gotta try it, Mike.
This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
amazing.
Oh,
So good.
Is it homemade coleslaw?
Yeah, they make it at the restaurant.
Oh my God.
Oh,
This
It's
is gonna
chopped
be,
up.
oh, I didn't know that.
it's gonna be real good.
This is Chris. If you
Okay,
didn't know,
well, that's the
coleslaw's
next
good for your diet.
It is.
Cabbage, yeah.
How about this?
So what's the
How about this?
earliest
Yeah.
someone on a regular day can get
They
this?
start at 12.
12 a.m.
Yeah.
12 p.m.
Well, noon.
12 p.m.
Yeah.
Noon.
Yeah.
Sorry, 12
Oh,
p.m.
mustard
Yeah.
seed, man. That's
So
good.
It's right next to St. Anne's Church for people that don't know where Turner Seafood is. What's the Smith Street?
Fort Smith Street.
Fort Smith Street. I mean, you can't. Smith Street's not that
Yeah.
long. Can't
Right.
miss it.
How do you set up?
when are you guys
This spoon here.
gonna set up a fish truck and sell this out of the truck?
Yeah.
Good question. I don't want to be running it. So I'll-
That's right. Connor's got to cover.
Send your
Yeah.
brother.
Have your brother work it.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg.
You're the mastermind behind the
He's always
idea.
calling off
The brains.
You're the
You know,
brains.
we all get tagged in there a few days a week.
Good spicy.
Oh,
So I
Yeah.
called you and not Mark. And
Jim
Mark
just
would be
double
sleeping.
dipped his spoon.
I licked the first
Jeez.
part, and then I put.
There's
Then I
always
put my
one.
spoon where I
There's,
left it.
there's always one in the crowd.
Yeah.
You know, trying to spread the germs.
And I'm gonna pass it back on that.
I'll be the first one.
Make sure they see it. Where I.
See where Jim? That's where
Right
his
there.
spoon went in.
Yep.
Right there.
Turning brown.
It's like an avocado.
Yeah, yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks, honey, for back.
It doesn't go over the bow. It goes to the kitchen.
Goes, yes. Pat goes right in.
Yes. Oh
Mm.
God, that's good.
I tell you, this is going to be a regular,
You're gonna-
regular in the weekly rotation.
Yeah. there you go. Oh, I know. Absolutely.
12 o'clock.
And so it's
Now have you partnered with Grubhub or any of those food delivery places yet?
You know, they haven't. I think they're looking into it a little bit more now. But at the restaurants, they experimented with a little bit, and it was just tough, kind of logistically.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if you just did this one, like
Yeah.
in Gloucester, because it's only one car.
And it's when we have gone to pick ours up, it's hopping over there.
Oh yeah.
So
It's
that's
been
why I
busy this summer.
suggested maybe calling ahead. It's
Oh
a better
The
idea
social
if you can.
distancing, you guys do a really good job with that. Got your
Oh,
marks
yes,
on the
they do.
floor,
Yeah.
and everybody follows it. But don't panic, folks. If you see kind of a line outside, those are the people that place the order,
Yeah.
and they just wait outside until they get called, and they go in. So I want to make sure, because to fake this out, first time we pulled up, we went, line. I don't know if I
So
want
the
to-
thing that impresses me the most is they've been here for 20 minutes or so.
Yeah.
And we just opened the box,
Still
and
warm.
they're still
Yeah.
warm.
Yeah.
They're still crispy.
crispy.
Yeah, crunchy.
Yeah, and it's not.
That's the key.
That's it's a test.
That's 100% key. So one of my number one pet peeves.
I know.
Give it to me.
Is soggy French fries and food
In
because it's
plastic.
been sealed up
in
and the
plastic.
steamed up. Yeah.
When people use the plastic
not use-
containers and they put the lid on,
Yeah. No air.
they don't poke any holes. You
Yeah.
get French fries. They could be when they could have gone into the box.
No, I know that's
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And they come out of the box
It's
as
so
mashed
disappointing.
potatoes.
It's moist. It's very disappointing when that happens.
And
Yeah.
these
All
are
right, second round.
tremendous. Tremendous.
That's one of the tough things with fried food is it's tough to keep it warm
Warm and fresh and crispy.
for a long time.
Yeah. And it's
we
optimal.
looked at a bunch of different packaging. That was kind of the best one that we found.
Well, I think you hit the mark.
This is a very interesting coleslaw too.
Little mustard, little Dijon.
Yeah, but it's not stringy. It's like
It's chopped.
it's chalk.
Yep.
Oh, I like
Minced.
Yeah, mustard seed inside the skin.
Is there mustard seed in this?
I haven't made the coleslaw in a
Well, I
while.
can taste them. They just
Grace,
see it.
Grace,
Yeah, I was just
I'm
trying
gonna
to
say,
see.
I would say Dijon.
Grace
Grace,
Masseri,
yeah. Had a comment that her dad was the whiting king.
her dad caught a bazillion pounds of white.
Yeah.
Yeah, a
What
bazillion.
Welcome,
what
Grace.
do we have on this morning?
Well, let's see. We have Frank Gentile.
Gentile.
Thank you. Sorry, I knew I was going to get these wrong.
You know, let me do it because
Okay.
the Gloucester-
Yeah. I
Let me
know.
do it.
I know.
Let me do it.
I was
Just
like,
sorry,
no,
we'll
you
just
jump
put
in.
me on
When he did the
spot.
Frank Gentile, that's
I'm
what
sorry. Well,
That's okay.
you know,
Now,
I'm
Amy Bell Ross is with us. Frank Gentile is with us. Paula Ryan O'Brien, one of our favorites. Grace Masseri is with us. Josie Ferrara is with us. Andy Lee is with us. And others.
And Ralph DiGiorgio just joined in.
Ralph is with us.
Hey, happy anniversary.
Congratulations. Oh, I don't know if we can talk about the Ralph thing. Say anything.
So this is the question. Who else dips their French fries
What is that?
in tartar sauce?
I do not. Really?
Yeah.
Really?
It's outstanding.
That's a new one on. That's new to me.
Dip it in.
Damn, that's good.
Oh my God.
Damn, that's
Good
good.
mustard.
Where do you get your French fries from?
Oh, he did give us the I love the malt vinegar.
Me too.
The malt vinegar.
Where do you guys do you hand
That's a
cut
good
'em?
question. No, they buy
Probably
it
American
from,
potato.
American Potato, great company. I invested heavily in American Potato.
Potato futures.
That's why I was
Anacott Steel.
Gloucester. Anacott Steel.
Blue Star loves Anacott Steel. Hey, who knows it? He wouldn't know that reference. These two were way too young to know that reference.
Oh,
That's
good stuff.
one of the best movies
Yeah.
of our generation.
I'm gonna make you rich, Bud Fox.
Wall Street.
Greed is good.
Kid.
Greed is good.
Greed is good.
What's the top selling fish this
They go
year?
through a lot of haddock.
Haddock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of haddock and salmon too. Are those.
Salmon.
Oh, really?
The Gloucester salmon.
They get it.
Gloucester
It's
salmon's
farm
good.
raised. It's Atlantic farm raised salmon. They have the wild salmon, but it's a short season that you can carry it.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys carry like shellfish?
Yep. They got some oysters, mussels,
Steamers? Yeah, so when people come down here to buy lobsters, it seems like steamers and lobsters go hand in hand. We don't have the facility that handles steamers, and we send them over there. And
Yeah.
people always, and the reason we can send them over there is because I know they're going to get treated right, and it's always a high quality product.
I send them from the visitor center too.
How do you store those steamers? Are they in a,
We have them in the back in the cooler. We buy them from. They come kind of packaged with ice on them. We keep them in our cooler, our walk-in cooler in the back.
Saw a video of cooking that.
Try it in the malt. The malt vinegar is the way to go. I'm
Yeah.
telling you right. Yeah. Just dip a fry in
They
it. That's
double
the-
dip.
do you remember when you were in
Topsville Fair?
Topsville Fair, St. Peter's Fiesta?
Oh,
There was always malt vinegar for me.
well, we grew up on Lake Erie, and so we would go down
Scary
to the
area.
lake. It was scary at that time. When I was young, it was very scary in there. And we'd always get the vinegar with the French fries, so it like flashes me back to childhood when.
I'm going to ask a question for the people that are watching this live on Facebook. Write in the comments how you would eat your fish and chips.
Oh.
What condiment would you put on it?
Oh, we got one.
Would
already.
you put tartar sauce? Would you dip it in malt vinegar or ketchup? I grew up actually doing ketchup on my.
What about
my fish and
mustard?
chips.
I do mustard.
Well, we could. Everybody.
Andy Lee says fries and tartar sauce, 50-50 ketchup and malt vinegar to dip the fish.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah,
it's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
A
have
seagull?
I think the seagull's gonna come crash through the window.
Holy shit! What is
That's
that?
a
sniper.
It's a mating call.
Frank McCall says malt vinegar.
That's not your cell
No.
ringing. I thought it was your cell phone ringing.
But
He's gonna
are you gonna hang out for a little bit, or did you have to
I
go?
had to go in like maybe 10 minutes. I have a doctor's appointment.
All right, cool. No, because you can participate in this. Jeff Goozy's watching. That's your buddy.
That's Brad. Brad Goose, my brother.
Oh, sorry.
Bro, Jeff Goosey.
Oh,
is
Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff.
He's the club champion.
Okay, yeah, you
champion.
remember Bass Rocks.
Oh,
Yeah.
he says he likes it plain. He doesn't put any condiments on it.
Former
works over
club
there,
champion of Bass Rocks, and Jeff Goosey is the current.
Oh, wow.
He took the title from his buddy.
You had an injury, right?
Well, I'm not really that. I just have a little surgery I have to have on Tuesday, but I've still been able to golf. My brother won it last year. He hasn't
Oh,
been able to golf.
your brother won it
Yeah.
last year. Jeez, I apologize, Mark.
Yeah,
I
he
took
had-
that title away from Mark just like
I
that.
saw the parking spot.
Yeah, he has a torn, like a partially torn bicep from throwing the ball to the dog.
Oh,
The naughty C's really got him good.
Yeah, the naughty seas. He went out on a boat with Connor and ruined his golf career.
Paula gave the wrong answer. Paula says lemon on the fish.
Oh, I hate lemon.
I don't understand why people put lemon on fish.
I do.
I do like to put lemon on fish, but typically not fried fish.
Such a rookie move. Such a rookie move.
Baked fish with lemon?
So today the Celtics can close out the Sixers.
I'm looking myself in
Today?
jersey.
Today,
Today?
at 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock game.
Wow.
They can close out the Sixers. The Sixers look like they have completely packed it in. Like without Ben Simmons, they don't seem like they have. There's not enough people to guard our people, and Joel Embiid is a mentally
waste.
weak player.
That's why he has his last name on his back. Could put anything else on it and just chose to have his name.
Mentally weak.
Probably picked on it.
He likes to chirp when they're ahead, but as soon as they go behind, he starts hanging his head. He's like the opposite of our Marcus Smart. Our Marcus Smart is my guy.
Thought energy.
So it's a beach day. So that's a tough call. You can watch the Celtics sweep, or you can go on the boat.
AT&T TV on the phone.
Yeah.
Gets it done.
You could bring your
Skip
TV
us.
out on the beach.
We should do a shout out to your sister-in-law and your new brother-in-law.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
What's happening today?
big wedding. Big wedding at
Crap.
what did I say the name of the place was?
The Seagrass.
Castle Manor.
Castle Manor.
And we have the photographer sitting right here.
Oh, Pat, you're going to be there?
Pat, you're
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
Do you know
I'll
how
be
much
there.
pressure there is
Thank you.
to be a wedding photographer? You have to get all the shots. If you have a malfunction when she stuffs the
Yeah.
cake, okay, let's take
The
odds right now.
exposure, if the exposure is wrong,
Yeah.
if the exposure is wrong,
Yeah,
the sun,
if you have shadows,
You're killing me.
maybe a silhouette instead of getting
Right,
a nice
right.
private picture.
You're killing me.
I'll get married a couple more times.
Okay. All right. We
just
had.
have one more
Well,
time.
here's the thing is this is
I'll get
coming
married
up and
2 or
I'm
3 more
nervous as
times.
I'll get out.
you can
And
practice
this is my
on my
camera.
Practice on my wedding.
My camera needs to go to Hunt's for repair
Oh,
2 days ago, and I'm like, I'm having a panic attack because I'm like, I need this. I have to have it back. I have to have it back. And Hunt's, they were great. They said it would be 24 hours, but I went back the same day and picked it up, and it's working fine. And so if there's an error, it's going to be on the operator side of the plan instead of on the camera side of the plan. So
All right.
I know, but I am nervous. I'm
So, okay,
scared.
let's take odds right now. Let's do the odds. What are the odds? No, I wasn't going to say of you messing up. 'Cause
Oh, thank
because
you.
I have
Well, now that we said it.
No, because I have confidence in you. The question that I have is, will Tim or Lori mash the cake into the other one's face?
I'm going to say no.
You're saying no. What do you say?
I'm saying no.
I'm saying a piece of frosting.
I'm saying Tim Byrne is a loose cannon and could potentially, maybe not the full thing.
Oh, that's Tim calling.
Tim
Yeah.
Byrne- What are you talking about?
The original TB12.
Yeah.
Tim Burns, the original
Hey,
TB12.
Freddie, you coming in?
That's interesting. You have a TB12 hat, and he has Tom Brady, but yet this guy is now a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. And, you know,
I have one of those jerseys.
Yeah.
I have boats on
you on
I
his
saw
plan?
you.
You on his
Picture.
TB plan?
No. He's on my
Have
team.
you seen that?
Hey guys, you
It's
talked
like-
about the Celtics earlier. Who are they going to play next?
No problem.
Who's the next round? Anybody know?
You got it, buddy.
Good question. I
I
don't know.
don't know.
Thank you.
Joe might know.
Joey would know.
What's that?
Who are the Celtics playing in the next round?
But the other series isn't decided because this is
who could it be?
I'm not.
Oh, it could be anything.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure who lines up in the other brackets.
Oh, okay.
Probably Toronto or
Yeah, actually, they would say Toronto.
probably Toronto or Milwaukee. I would think.
I mean,
Milwaukee
Bruins.
Bucks?
Yeah, they're in.
Oh,
they're
it's
in-
Bruins 8:00 tonight.
Oh, we can't play the
The Bruins
Bucks
are playing at
second
8?
round.
Yeah.
They did move.
Bruins.
They moved it up.
And they're playing Tampa. So,
Yeah.
what do you-
That's gonna be a tough series. That's
Real
gonna be a
tough.
tough series.
Yeah.
I could go either way.
We're playing Tampa?
yeah.
Wow.
So yesterday we went on this. We had an adventure.
Sounds-
Connor, 4 of us.
Yes.
Your boat. I think your boat might have been the fastest. Mike's boat
Yeah.
might have been the fastest
Oh,
boat.
yeah. They call him the scout.
Yeah.
I was a scout.
You were the scout. So no skiff left behind. So let's back up. Why don't you explain the premise of it?
So this the premise of yesterday, or what we're doing with the group.
The event.
So yesterday we did a circumnavigation of Cape Ann, led by Skiff Life leader Joe Borland.
Yeah.
He put this thing together. It was hands down the single best day on the water I've had. This
Yeah.
is why I moved to Gloucester.
Yeah.
This experience.
Absolutely.
So some of the rules
awesome.
were some of the rules were you
You had to have a
$50
$50 bill, yo.
yeah.
$50 bill, and they were not people that came with
I made
two
10
20s
bucks.
and a 10.
I made
Like
10
nope,
bucks.
you're like
before it
nope,
started.
you can't.
Oh,
you
really?
gotta
Oh.
do 50.
Yeah.
Ah.
Thank
But-
you, Gloucester.
So, well, that's why they
So
asked
there-
me at the bank what I want.
So there was that. It had to be a 17-foot or smaller skiff,
Yep.
or if it was 17, if it was greater than 17 feet,
Needed a sail.
no, a tiller,
Tiller, sorry.
not a steering wheel. See, Liz, I'll
I'm
forgive
a
you.
rookie.
No. I'm gonna forgive you because of the shape that I know that we're all in right now. So you get a complete pass. No
Mike's
problem.
still sleeping.
So we made 5 stops. We
Yep.
stopped at a house next to Eastern Point Yacht Club,
Big old Calouse dock.
at Eddie Calouse's old house,
That was amazing.
and they've done a lot of work to the house.
Biscuit Neck
Biscuit Neck
and
at
Rockport.
One Ocean, One Love shop.
Yep.
Where we all-
we sold them out of Skiff Life t-shirts.
We,
Hit 2 rocks.
yeah, Mike hit a couple of
I
rocks.
did coming in there.
I'm
It is
surprised they
called
don't have
Rock-
that marked
You know,
That's not bad.
it's called Rockport. I guess it's supposed to happen.
at T at T Wharf though. They have the wall going into T Wharf, and the rocks. You just assume that you could clear sailing right in there. Nope.
I was in
There was no warning.
disbelief. I heard it hit once.
Sure.
I said, "What the hell?" I raised my engine.
You blamed it on me. Like
and
I did
then I
something
hit it a
else.
second time.
Sure.
I said, "Did we just back up and go over it again?"
I mean, there was no like
There was
warning
no,
sign. I would
no.
sue Rockport.
I mean,
You can't hit rocks.
I have a theory about these towns. I have a theory about Manchester and Rockport and navigation. I have a feeling that these places really don't want like
the likes of us.
yahoos like us going to
There
these
were
towns.
15.
So they want
There
to
were
have
15
these
skiffs.
hazards not marked. Like you know how like there's the diamond shaped
Danger, yeah.
the dangers in Gloucester. They're all over the place.
Yeah, but
in between
Ipswich,
10 Pound
yep.
Island, Manchester, Gloucester, and Rockport. No,
Nothing.
Manchester especially. Those rock piles. Mark Ring called it Boohoo Ledge.
Yeah.
The one that's just under the surface.
Yeah.
When you're coming into the harbor, and if you don't know it, you're probably flying in there.
Yeah.
That's why they call it Boohoo Ledge, because people demolish their things.
So there were 15 skiffs, and Connor and I didn't know this going in, but my boat was severely well equipped with a rocket engine, and I was doing loops around the group. And there were some people that were more aggressive than me that shall remain nameless. That's what happens on the high seas. Stays on the high seas. Were we in international waters at one point?
I think we were.
I mean, I was going to go around Thatcher. I was going to go to the east of Thatcher and loop around and come back to see you guys.
Right.
We had a lot of time on that boat, and it was so much fun. And I only burned about 4 or 5 gallons of gas.
I told Joe that.
Yeah.
I
At
couldn't
the end of
believe
the
it.
day, I
These
said,
little boats are so much fun,
Yeah.
more fun than like a big boat.
We did not get airborne, I don't think, at all. But we were.
We might have
The
gone.
boat made some noise. I didn't know it made. Like under the, you know, with Connor's navigation skills directing me. So
We
he
didn't
had
use a flag.
Oh yeah, you lost the
so
leader
we
flag.
flagged twice.
Oh,
Twice?
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And, oh, that's right. And Connor got penalized. He had to do 3 laps because he tried to steal our flag.
Well, I
marathon.
that was the mission I put him up to.
Yeah.
I did. I said, "Hey, go."
On the orders
So
from
who
the
is the
captain.
governing board of this? Who is
Skip
making
Life.
the?
Joe
Skip
Bowler.
Life.
Oh,
Joe Bowler.
okay.
It's a
Over-
Facebook group.
Okay.
It's a
All right.
genius.
Oh
It's
my
brilliant.
god.
It's a genius, brilliant thing.
So
Costumes.
you picked up at each of these stops. One of them was the at the footbridge, Ansquam footbridge,
Yes.
Yeah.
and what am I thinking of the
A
other?
Lane's
Lane's
Cove
Cove
Packy,
Packy.
otherwise known as Clayton Corner.
Yeah, and everybody had to buy something, make purchases at all
Yes.
these places, and then so you got a playing card
Playing
in each
card.
place that in
Yeah,
a
it's called
sealed
Poker
envelope.
Run. The theme yesterday was a Poker Run card game.
Right.
No skiff left behind. It was not a race.
And, yeah, so I
It's not
do.
a race, but
It
we're
wasn't a
winning.
race, Mike.
And then, you got 5 cards, and then if you picked up some flotsam or jetsam, you could get an additional card to play. And if you bought a bottle of booze,
Right.
you get an additional card. So I just got to take this call. So then, if you open up your card, you're
You get
disqualified.
Disqualified. So the cards were sealed in an envelope, and the envelope was marked with a red stamp. And we went to a predetermined location that shall not be disclosed
Okay.
for the final stop to unload the cards and determine the winner.
Yeah.
And the guy was from Hamilton. I don't recall his name. But he's
Yeah.
from Hamilton. He's a carpenter.
He had an ace high flush, didn't he?
Yes, he had an ace high flush. Was it spades? It was
forget.
spades, I think.
Was it?
It was a spade flush that won, right? Ace high spade flush.
Yeah,
Spades
and
are
you know
obviously-
what I realized afterwards, because we opened up our cards on the houseboat.
Yeah.
And as we opened them, we went queen, jack, king, ace in a row.
In a row.
4 cards, first 4 cards. And previous to that, the winning hand was 3 of a kind.
Oh, you were calling for a 10.
So
that's right.
if we got the 10, we would have been the winners.
Yes,
Now the
flush
people
means
that
check,
now people came from behind us with the cards in their hands of the spade flush.
Outside the envelope?
And it opened them up.
Yeah, they had the cards were open. So this is I didn't
It's under review.
even think
They
of
didn't seem
it.
too excited.
Did you file a
about the
grievance,
win
Joey?
either.
Did you file a
It
grievance?
didn't seem emotional.
I did not file a grievance. I think it was for a charity, and it was
I was
if
gonna call
if
that.
we would have won Anyway, we would have donated it to a
Yeah,
to a
ALZ or something.
Well,
yeah.
Joe would have donated his portion. I would.
Christmas dinner.
I mean, hey, all the repairs you need to make to your boat are gonna far out surpass your share of the pot anyway.
Exactly. But a couple things: if you own a boat or love boat life, Skiff Life, follow Skiff Life
On Facebook,
Okay.
it's really
and
group.
a big shout out to Joe Borland. I mean,
It
this
sounds like so much
it
fun.
was well,
we're in character,
well organized,
yeah, well organized.
in costume.
Yep.
Made it fun for everybody. We met some people that we had never met.
People came from
before.
Plymouth.
Yeah,
Plymouth,
people
yeah.
came from
Yeah.
Plymouth.
So there's actually 17 boats. I predict next year. I predict there'll be at least 33 boats next year.
Yeah.
Because the word is going to get out how fun that was.
Will there be an A flight and a B flight at that point?
Depending on the size of your engine. Well, and the size of other things too. So that may put you in the C
I have
flight.
big shoes, Joe. I think, Chris. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of shoes,
Oh yeah, hold them up.
hold
Let's
them
go.
up, Mike. All right, for all the men, for all the men out
Do
there.
real
Wow.
wait. I didn't get
Was
it.
Tom Brady approved?
Do real men wear Birkenstocks? Oh, we're gonna go around here. All right, for the listeners, do real men wear Birkenstocks?
That is my first pair.
He's still learning.
Well, your girlfriend is up in North Gloucester. They're a little fruity up there.
North Gloucester.
I love it. Joey, I can't say.
Oh, I mean, they are a little fruity up there.
North Gloucester.
So
When Joey says to me, "You're just loving that North Gloucester lifestyle," it was the first time I ever heard North Gloucester on anybody.
Yeah.
Okay, I know I'm new here, 6 years in, but to hear the term North Gloucester out of you did crack me up. It was great.
yeah, well,
The other funny thing is, Mike still has his skiff hair. His skiff hair
you
going.
do still have your stiff hair.
From the
Pat, can you type that in? Do real men wear Birkenstocks in the comments?
Yep.
All right, well, we got
Mike, I apologize for calling you out like that. I don't know if you're sensitive towards your.
No, I'm comfortable in my masculinity. Yeah. I've been metrosexual since the 70s.
There's this week. You know what's funny, Pat? When you wrote this, so Pat's topic was this. She said there seems to be a seasonal change in the air. How do you feel about the end of summer, approach of fall? Bring on the pumpkin spice, or stay on the beach until the last possible moment. I think, first of all, I think everybody here is probably in agreement that we're going to stay on the beach as long as we can stay on the beach.
I'll eat pumpkins on the beach.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Pumpkins
Yeah.
on the beach.
But that being said, I think
Yeah.
you put in the show notes a couple of days ago, and I think we're going to have like a semi heat wave today.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I did.
But it does
that
feel
cool-
different.
It does feel different. The days are getting shorter.
The nights
There
are
was that
definitely-
nice dry air we had the
Yeah.
previous couple of
Nighttime
days.
sleeping is so much better.
Oh yeah, with the windows open.
I left my window down in my truck last night. When I got in, my whole backside was soaked because it was so sticky.
Moisture.
Yeah.
Seems like the third week in August, pretty reliably, there's a change in the air, and it starts to feel like fall will be coming.
It's a
I think
little
it's
weird.
psychological.
Well, it's a
No,
little.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it's not.
It's a little weird because the kids, usually at this point,
Yeah.
you've
You're in full.
somewhat checked out
Yeah.
if you have kids going
True.
back to school,
That is true.
and we're still 3 weeks away from
Right.
that. So
Yeah, that is making a
More
difference.
than that, isn't it?
uh,
Like a month
What's that?
when the kids go back to school.
Well, it's August 23rd today.
Well, and they're not even going back to school.
Yeah,
so
it's a big, yeah.
Those like some of the
Chris, there's a
restaurants
pandemic.
are moving towards fall menus too. Thanks Mike for Tono last night.
We had a
Everybody
couple
paid
days
for
with
the
Tono.
bill, so it was great. But whatever I had, it definitely tasted like fall, which is something about it now that you bring it up.
interesting.
Yeah, it had,
Yeah, we went with the brown
flavors.
booze at Tono. We had the brown. In the fall, you switch from the clear to the brown.
Yeah, we switched to the brown Friday night too. That was a little rough.
We drank Friday night too.
Yeah. Hey, thank you so much. This is very
Thank you,
generous. of you.
James. That was
Courtesy
delicious.
food.
Really
Thank you, guys.
Go to
appreciate you
Courtesy
getting up and
Food.
coming down.
Noon, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
So come go get that fish and chips, and
Those were delicious.
my personal opinion, get the malt vinegar.
And I say get the coleslaw.
Yeah.
Tell him, Joey.
Oh, get us that coleslaw.
I
Tell
didn't know
him
about
Joey
the
sent
coleslaw.
you.
We're having that in the
We
back.
really appreciate you coming.
Appreciate
Thanks so much.
Chris,
See you out there.
Say hi to the old man for us.
We need Turner Seafood t-shirts. too.
yeah, I can help.
Jeez.
Shameless.
I'm alive.
He's shameless. Jimmy, why don't you take that seat?
Oh, Jimmy, you got upgraded.
Welcome back, Jimmy.
Yeah.
I want to know when you made purple GMG shirts, or was that a different color? And
I
It's
guess
the door
so.
prize that I lost.
You
I
know
was
what?
last.
I thought it was like a royal blue, and you don't know how many people said
Yeah.
it's purple. And then I had this
Kind of
debate.
purpley.
It is
One of Connor's go-to questions when he's in a crowd of people for the first time is, "What's your favorite color?" He must have asked 8 people yesterday
That's how I met so many girls.
on that final stop, undisclosed
Fantastic.
location.
Connor's
Right.
Connor's bullshit right now because he has to have a shirt on right now.
Yeah. No, I literally want
I
to take
know.
my shirt off.
I
right now.
know, that's the
only
thing.
thing I
He was
wanna
upset yesterday, like,
Oh,
geez, I gotta wear my shirt to go
If
do
you go to my Instagram story, I got him off the bow of the boat.
Yeah,
in my
me.
story. Yeah.
That's
I said,
Listen, if he takes his shirt off, we all have to take our shirt
Hey,
off.
hey,
geez.
hey.
There you
No,
go.
we don't
I will
want
make him.
We'll lose so many
Kids show.
followers.
he's taking his cord out the front of the boat, and I sent a picture to his mother,
Yeah.
my friend, and your wife, and your friend. I said, Connor's in good hands.
Yeah. He's got something in his hand.
She was up when I was back last time. I was shocked.
Oh, she was worried.
Yeah.
You're out with me.
Yeah, no shit.
Well, I went back on one.
We called the police department. We're like,
Like, we're watching him.
Yeah.
He's just leaving Tono now.
have you seen a Series 8 BMW driving around Gloucester?
On 2 wheels. Jumping weights. Jumping the curb.
So you guys went to Toronto. Pat and Jimmy, you went to Oliver's Harbor?
We did, yes. Oh my God.
And I saw it in the show notes. You got
Yeah,
the
Mike-
lobster carbonara.
I said that is all.
Is-
It is beyond. It's.
Really?
Oh my
It is?
gosh. Yes.
Lobster
Ah.
carbonara at Harbor, Oliver's Harbor is
Cousin Joe's up.
the real deal.
It was. All fresh ingredients and oh my gosh, it was good.
Really
Yeah.
delicious. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're doing a good job there.
They're doing a great job.
That's how. Listen, Mike said the reason you live here because of the boating and stuff like that.
Yeah.
One of the other reasons is one of the biggest problems is figuring out which awesome restaurant we're going to eat at.
I told you that my nephew came to visit and from Portland, Maine, and he and his wife and his family and they said to us since they've moved to Portland, I think they've been there about 2 years now. They haven't found a good sub shop.
What?
So
in
they can't
Portland.
find
where
a
they
good
were
sub in Portland.
Yeah.
And I was like,
That's interesting.
it never dawned on me that could be a thing because I'm like, I said that's the one thing about being here is you never have to worry about finding something good to eat because there's so many wonderful
And
options.
affordable, right? I mean, it's not.
Right.
Too
Right.
$12
It's interesting to me because Portland has a lot of great restaurants. I'm surprised it's not a good.
Well, I guess
sub shop.
just not your plain old sub shop. I
Oh,
guess.
Speaking of that,
Yeah, go ahead.
no, we were sponsored yesterday by Sclafani's. We first got on the boat. We had Sclafani's pizza,
Oh, nice.
which 10:30 the
That's why we
post
lost.
is going
Yeah,
to
Joey,
go
yes.
live,
Oh, yeah.
showing that you can eat pizza not only on land but also on sea. It was outstanding, great way to start the poker run.
Tell them about the
And
move.
then-
Tell them about the move.
The move.
With the sandwiches. Tell them about the move.
Oh, so and then about 2 hours later, Joe got 2 Italian subs on the figure 8 bread, which is outstanding.
Braided bread.
Yeah.
Braided, yeah.
Yeah.
Braided figure 8.
That's they consider it they're small. You could say figure 8. You could say it's small. It's
But the key, and this applies to all subs, is you got to get the fixings on the side in a container so that the sandwich doesn't get soggy. Because
Right.
he got them in the morning, it would have been soggy, mushy.
Yeah.
So
That's a great move.
going 30 miles an hour
Mike,
on the water,
Mike.
and Joe's.
There's hots coming up,
Hey.
flying by your.
Chris, you didn't break 20. Don't say 30.
The
So
wind was behind.
So
us.
they put the condiments. I got pickles, onions, hots, oil, and seasoning. They put it in one of these type of containers, and they took the extra step and taped it down
Taped it down.
so that it wouldn't explode in the cooler and make a big mess. And and we ate like kings.
Yeah. I mean, I looked at my boat this morning and there's like 5 pounds of pickles
That's what
on the bottom and
experience.
the back, but
You know, I was trying to figure out what the mate does in this. You know, the guys were talking earlier about this, and I couldn't figure it out. And I heard it about passing drinks. I got that.
yeah.
And I also heard to make sure that some people don't hit you while they're going around. I got that. But now I never thought that you'd be the pickle.
Eric Lorden.
guy.
Eric Lorden says McCarthy's eyes are going in different directions this morning.
I think it's throwing your video.
It could be the bubble hash.
I'm gonna show you.
salt water.
I'm gonna show. I learned this new technology. We can put. I got a little video. I'm gonna put the video in on the live stream of us on the boat so people can see what it was like. I think I just have to.
I think we got Mike going back and forth.
There it is.
I can't wait to do it again today. We'll be out there today now.
I think people like they might go after this. Skip line. So that's what it's like right there.
But okay,
What a gorgeous day.
It looks like fun. It just looks
Yeah, it was. I'm telling you, next year there's going to be a lot more people going.
next year, next week.
Yeah, we should do that. We should do that weekly.
My mom joined us. Hi, Mom. Oh,
Hi, Mom.
Well, so let me see.
Morning, Pat.
What are you doing? You
Saying
swimming,
hi
Any biscottis, Pat?
swimming upstream?
Your mom's the
Scotty's.
original, Joe. Your mom's the greatest.
Oh,
She's
Con-
probably
Con-
writing in, why'd you go to school?
I love-
I would have made it for
Yeah.
you.
I got. My mother told me a couple of days ago that Connor, like, he'll walk by the house and she's like, "Oh, you want some cookies?" And they go
He
in.
doesn't walk
He
by.
go-
You know he's running.
He goes in and he has coffee and cookies with my mom.
Yeah. He actually slows down by Pat's house. He walks.
Oh, I just got windy right there.
Just
take a
do
call.
a big stretch.
And he'll stand there like waiting for Pat to notice him.
He'll do his
Oh,
stretch.
you got a guy down there.
Oh, all right.
Looks like a customer.
Oh, there you go. I'm gonna take care of that. So
Where are we?
I wanted you to talk about the Galaxy guy.
Oh, yes. So we were talking a little bit about DC the cat and what DC likes to do and everything. And I was telling him about Jackson Galaxy, who is the Cat from Hell host. He has a series on the Animal Planet TV
Really?
network, and he goes to people's houses whose cats are misbehaving
Wow.
and advises them
Oh, really?
on how to
Interesting.
improve their behaviors. And
Cat whispering.
and I don't know how we get hooked on it, but it's like, how many cats can you watch like hissing
Yeah.
in the corner
Yeah.
before you like change the channel to something else? But it's one of those addicting things, and we watched it for quite a while. And but every single remedy he had for every family that he went to was these cats need to play more. They need
Really?
more attention. You need to play with them more.
Yeah,
It's always about their
Are those indoor cats?
indoor. Yeah, they were indoor cats for the most part.
I mean, they show pictures like, the usual peeing here, ripping this apart. But the ones that I like to watch is when the guy walks in and they attack you. It's like a ninja cat. It
Yeah.
goes flying through and it just gets on your
Out of
arm and it
nowhere.
rips you and
Yeah.
on your
It's
leg.
like Joe's cat.
Well, that's
Well,
how we
beginning-
got talking about it a little
Yes.
bit. Yeah.
Because we were talking about how DC, they used to talk about DC great cat,
Yeah.
super cat. But when it was a kitten, it would come through and
Vicious. What are you talking about?
no,
Super cat.
no.
That's
See, you
scary.
don't play with it. That's why.
Yeah.
Wait, how do you play with a cat?
Yeah.
Well, you can ask
How
Jackson
do you play
Galaxy
with
and
a
he'll
cat?
tell you.
Yeah.
You
I
can
mean,
even get a
bring
TV
cat on a
show.
boat.
But, so
You
he
put a
has
cat on a
he
leash?
has
You walk
lessons.
this cat with a leash?
He does lessons for the people. He says, "Here's your homework. I want you to take this and do that, and you have to play this and then videotape, and I want to see it." And sometimes, as usual, somebody will say, "No, I'm not doing that." So
Yeah.
he'll come back to visit, and the cat's even freaking out more, and he starts like chewing them out. It's like a combination of the restaurant Impossible,
that's cool.
bar Impossible.
He
guy.
approaches your door. He's probably not a guy that
That's
if you
nice.
look through your doorbell, you'd want to let in.
Oh, really?
And he's carrying a guitar case, and that's where he keeps all his
cat toys and everything
cat
else.
Oh, that's
accoutrements. But what another interesting thing about this guy is his real name is Richard Kirshner. So I do not know how you get from well, let's say Dick Kirshner to Jackson Galaxy, but to having your own TV show,
That is funny.
I don't know, but
Do any of his like suggestions or solutions? You think any of them would apply to humans?
oh,
Like, for
probably
their behavior?
toddlers for sure.
Sure.
They need to
Or-
play more.
Husband and wives, you come home.
Husband and
she's
wives.
all
There's
over ya,
hissing,
and
Need
there's
to play
hissing
more.
going on.
scratching. Yeah. You got to play with them more.
That's a secret.
You gotta
Yeah.
play with it more.
That's
That's a
always
good point.
his thing, and that's when I realized
That's
that.
why there's no marks on this board.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike, not so much.
I don't know.
Oh, here comes Joe again.
Okay.
Oh,
All right, let's
And
stop
that's
talking
why we like Joey on that podcast.
Yeah.
Exactly what you guys said.
Absolutely.
You're absolutely right.
I feel daggers right now. I feel daggers.
Joe, I wouldn't let that happen.
Yeah, Joe. I wouldn't let Pat
Far
say
too
that
much
about
history.
you.
We're all
You
just talking
you just
amongst
ruined your
ourselves.
reputation.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What did you say?
Yeah, Pat. Why don't you come clean, Pat, and tell Joe what you just said about him before you
totally
walked
innocent. Total
You
innocent.
can rewatch it, Pat. I mean,
Yeah, I know he can watch it later when he's got the time.
Yeah.
You know,
But so yesterday's poker run, some of us wore costumes. Connor wore a chicken outfit.
Shout out to Lisa, chicken costume.
Oh yeah, that was
Lisa's.
So you knew the costumes were appropriate because of the way the event was set up. Okay.
Right.
Well, yeah.
no, it
You
said
didn't
it,
just put them on and go out there.
no, it said it in the, it said it.
Oh, okay. No, I just didn't know. Maybe you put on costumes.
No, it was in
when you
a,
go.
so within Skiff Life, the Facebook group, he created an event.
Yeah.
He spelled out the rules. He spelled out the rules and
Yeah.
and
I
so
thought
that
it was
everyone
really
knows.
funny, Pat.
Yeah.
Mike wore a what did you
A NASCAR race jacket
Oh.
sponsored by Dodge Ram. We were sponsored yesterday by Casamigos, Reposado Tequila, and Virgilio's,
Oh,
Scafani's for us.
and Dodge Ram,
Dodge.
Yamaha engines,
Coors Light,
Syracuse.
Coors Light.
Land Shark.
and
Land
Vitamin
Shark.
Water.
Yeah.
And One Ocean, One World was one of our sponsors too. And
Yeah,
Oh, and
but
oils.
the reason I bring it
Sauce.
up is because one
Food
guy
sauce.
who was on the 17-foot skiff with
The tiller. Oh,
the tiller.
Joe, yeah.
was Tiger King.
Yeah.
He dressed up
Oh.
as Tiger King.
And he looked like a chunky. He looked just like him,
Yeah,
like
it was perfect.
just like him,
You know he's
like
bald?
plus 20.
yeah,
Yeah,
He took off his hair. And I'm
yeah. He had a
what?
mullet hat. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, this guy, he wins MVP.
I know.
Yeah,
have to go
I
to
would
that.
say he had a flat bottom boat, and some of the boats that made some of the skiffs that made it around
Yeah.
with their 8 horsepower engines or their
How about Barry Hallett? Dressed up
Barry.
like the rat.
Yeah,
and yeah, his boat was like 8 feet or 9 feet.
8-foot
Yeah.
Zodiac. Yeah.
Yeah, that was amazing.
with that being said, I mean, yesterday's weather was an 11 out of 10.
It was.
Oh, it was.
In terms of doing what we did.
And we got
Anything
radio
outside. Anything outside yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are talking about only 4 or 5 gallons of gas.
Yeah.
I must have done that at least waiting for you guys when the cut bridge was open. Because I was in the car sitting there.
Oh, there was a yacht behind us.
Yeah.
The cut bridge.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess.
there's a big yacht behind us coming to the cut bridge.
Yeah, that was the only cheesy part of yesterday. Was scary part was going through the cut bridge.
Yeah.
I mean,
If Cutbridge Crazy Guy was,
oh,
he would have had
loved
some
that.
good footage when that, and it was visually when you were at the back of the pack and the boats are kind of crisscrossing in front of you and the wakes and stuff. It was really beautiful to look at. Lucinda Helton wants to know if the restaurants up here are open. She's from Southern Georgia. She wants to know.
Oh yeah,
Not 100% like New Hampshire, maybe.
Wear a mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring your mask.
No,
for
you
sure.
can do everything you normally do up here with a lot of social
Yeah.
distancing.
Yeah, a
You
little bit of
can't go-
reduced capacity seating, but other than
You
that,
can't go.
yeah.
You can't sit at a bar and drink. But yeah, restaurants are.
Yesterday, when we got back, the
Rock and roll.
studio had seats available at
Yep.
8:30 or something like that
Yeah, music playing.
on a Saturday night.
Tono was open.
Yeah,
I
Toronto
know.
stayed open late for us. Shout out to
Yeah.
Toronto. We called them at 9:28
Oh,
or 9:27.
Do you know anybody who
But
works
it-
there?
9:26,
At 9:37, we walked in and sat down, and we had food in front of us within 15 minutes.
you were
Under that.
you were those guys.
Shout out to
Were you the
Mike.
last people there?
I'm sure we took care of them quite well. Yeah.
I'm sure you don't know how much you gave them.
I checked. I made sure just so they'd chase us out there.
Connor must have paid the bill.
Hey, I was on scholarship yesterday. I was on McCarthy scholarship fund. This kid's flush. He's going places. He's going places.
I owe you, Mike.
We have a
Thank you.
new hashtag called Where's Connor?
That's some great
Yeah.
friends yesterday.
Yeah, no, it's great. We're looking forward to next year. Jimmy, you want to do the out?
Sure, if we're ready to close.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, absolutely no piping plovers were heard in the making of today's podcast.
I